Namaste children. Today I am going to start the second part of the chapter Parties and Party System in India. In the first part I have explained the meaning, component, functions of different parties and the criteria for them to recognize as a national or the state party. Now in this part I am going to explain you about the Congress system as given in chapter 2, Era of One Party Dominance. So let's start. The period of the first three Lok Sabha elections 1952 to 1967 is known as the Congress system. When Congress was ruling at the center and in most of the states, first Lok Sabha elections held in 1952, second was held in 1957 and third was in 1962, and the period of the third Lok Sabha election was 1962 to 1967. In the first Lok Sabha elections, Congress won 364 out of 489 seats in Lok Sabha. In second Lok Sabha elections, Congress won 371 out of 494 seats. And in third Lok Sabha elections, Congress won 361 out of 494 seats. In the first Lok Sabha elections, Communist Party of India came next with only 16 seats. In the second and third general elections held in 1957 and 1962 respectively, Congress maintained the same position in Lok Sabha by winning 3/4 seats. And the state elections were held with the Lok Sabha elections. Congress won in the states as well. It won a majority of seats in all the states except Travancore, Cochin, part of today's Kerala, and Madras and Odisha also. Finally, even in these states, the Congress formed the government. So here we see center as well as in state Congress was ruling throughout this period. That's why this period is known as Congress system and no opposition party was strong that time. That's why we see the dominance of Congress in first three general elections. In the state assembly elections which was held in 1957, Congress did not get majority in few states. In 1957 in Kerala, the Communist Party of India won 60 out of 126 seats and had the support of the independents. EMS Namboodiripad formed the ministry. This was the first democratically elected communist government anywhere in the world. In 1959, Congress government in the centre dismissed the communist government of Kerala by using Article 356. As you all know, emergency can impose under three articles, 352, 356 and 360. According to Article 356, emergency will impose in any state in case of failure the constitutional machinery in the state. If governor of the state give report or if president believe that in that state this is impossible to run the administration in accordance to the constitution, then president can dismiss that state government by using Article 356. This is known as president rule. In this case, administration of that state come under the central government. This decision became controversial and is said to be the first misuse of the constitutional provisions. Communist Party of India bring an educational bill, but Catholic, those who run the educational institutions, they protest this bill and the Congress candidates start protest against this bill. And Congress government said that to maintain the law and order in Kerala, this is necessary to impose president rule in this state. This shows the Congress dominance. Now we will discuss about the nature of Congress dominance. Congress dominance was different from the one-party dominance elsewhere in the world. In some countries like China, Cuba and Syria, constitutional permit only one party to rule the country. Some other like Myanmar, Belarus, Egypt and Eritrea are effectively one-party states due to legal and military reasons. In Mexico, PRI dominated for almost 6 decades, but during this period most of the times undemocratic means were used by the PRI, mean Institutional Revolutionary Party, to win elections. Elections were not free and fair. In contrast to all the above countries, Congress exercised the dominance totally under democratic conditions. There were other political parties which participated in election but could not gain power. Now question arises, what were the factors of, or you can say the causes of Congress dominance? First is legacy of the freedom struggle. Congress was seen as inheritor of the national movement. Many leaders who were in the forefront of that struggle were now contesting elections as Congress system. Second factor was a well-organized and expanded network. Congress party was already well-organized party and oldest party. By the time the other parties could even think of strategy, the Congress had already started its campaign and its organizational network down to the local level, and many parties were formed only around independence or after that. Next factor is diverse social groups or coalitions. Congress party was like a rainbow and different social groups were the part of it. Congress party origins in 1885 as a pressure group for the newly educated professional and commercial classes to a mass movement in 20th century. With every civil disobedience movement it launched, it brought together diverse groups. By the time of independence, Congress transformed rainbow-like social coalition. Next factor was ideological coalition. Congress accommodated revolutionary, pacifist, conservative, radical, extremes and moderates, right, left and all shades of the center, and Congress was a platform for numerous groups. And in pre-independence day, many organizations and parties with their own constitution and organizational structure were allowed to exist within the Congress. Some of these, like the Congress Socialist Party, later separated from the Congress and became opposition parties. Next factor was tolerance and management of factions. Congress Party was a collision of different ideologies because Congress Party accommodate all those who join it. In a party that has the nature of a collision, there is a greater tolerance of internal differences and ambitions of various groups and leaders are accommodated. The Congress did both these things during the freedom struggle and continued doing this even after independence. The collisional nature of the Congress party tolerated and encouraged various factions. Factionalism became a strength of the Congress, since there was room within the party for various factions to fight with each other. It meant that leaders representing different interests and ideologies remained with Congress rather than go out and form new party. Political competition therefore took place within the Congress. In that sense, in the first decade of electoral competition, the Congress acted both as the ruling party as well as the opposition. That's why this period of Indian politics has been described as the Congress system. Next factor was the FPTP election system, first past the post system. The Congress won 3 out of every 4 seats, but it did not get even half of the votes. In 1952, Congress secured 45% of the total votes and managed to win 74% of the seats. The Socialist Party, the second largest party in terms of votes, secured more than 10% of the votes all over the country, but it could not even win 3% of the seats. In FPTP system, as you all know, in elections, the party that gets more votes than other tends to get much more than its proportional share. So the Congress was still way ahead of the opposition and managed to win. Here we also see the unique features in Congress party in early years. In Congress party, there was a lot of mutual respect between the leaders of the Congress and those of the opposition. First general elections included opposition leaders like Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, Shyama Prasad Mukherjee in the cabinet. Jawaharlal Nehru often referred to his fondness for the Socialist Party and invited socialist leaders like Jayaprakash Narayan to join his government. And this kind of personal relationship with and respect for the political adversaries declined after the party competition grew more intense. Thus, this first phase of democratic politics in our country was quite unique. With time, the ability of the Congress to accommodate all interests for political power steadily declined and other political parties started gaining greater significance. Thus, Congress dominates constitutes only one phase in the politics of the country. This is all about the Congress dominance. Now in the part 3 we will discuss about the fall of Congress system and fourth general election 1967. Thank you.